Hey guys, Chain Gear here. Quick disclaimer, this video it was really going to be one of my favorite videos, but the audio on this video is complete garbage. I'm still putting it out there. If you guys want to lower the volume and listen to it, that's fine, but the audio that I usually do in my videos is much, much better. I'm usually using my microphone that I'm using right here. I usually do some audio editing, but because I'm using my PS4 and I'm utilizing, my headphones with a mic to it, which sound great when you're playing a game, but when you're recording audio from the PlayStation into your PC, it's just a whole different world. So I want to apologize for the audio, but I hope you guys still enjoy the video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
What is up? Gear Squad, Shane Gear here for the video, and today we are talking about Destiny 2. I created a Destiny 2 build based on Lawbreakers. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, what the heck is Lawbreakers? It's an old game, a game that unfortunately no longer exists. It's literally impossible to play this game, but it was one of my favorite games, and I can't even say back in the day, because it's not that old of a game. It just didn't live that long of a life, but I really, really enjoyed the game, and there was a character in that game, or I should say a role in that game. It was a role-based game, or a class-based game, if you want to call it that, and the role was called the Enforcer. There were two characters that played that role. It was either Axel or Kentaro, I believe that was their names, and the Enforcer just had a really cool set of tools, and it was my favorite class to play. Now, Lawbreakers admittedly is a way faster game. You're flying around the arena, with multiple different objectives, or sometimes just team deathmatch, or just killing the enemy. But it was such a fun game, and so I wanted to recreate the Enforcer build, the Enforcer role within Destiny 2, and so that's what I'm doing. We actually did this on stream live. I streamed for about 2.5 hours. We had a bunch of people show up. Shout out to Mirish, shout out to Drugan, of course. Actually, my friends were with me when I actually did this stream, so shout out to my clanmates, Archaic Phoenix, better known as Ballistic Phoenix probably, but Archaic Phoenix, he's my best friend for a long time. He was there, and of course, Bullet Train. Dude, that guy is an absolute monster in the Crucible. He is the king of Thunder Crash, so thank God I have these two with me as well. But we built this build together on stream, twitch.tv/ChaingearGaming, so definitely check us out. Link, of course, in the description. But I absolutely love this build, so let's go ahead and talk about it. First of all, we broke the Enforcer down into its different components. The Enforcer has, number one, an auto rifle. The auto rifle, or an assault rifle, obviously, is what it's called normally, is kind of your run-of-the-mill, very, good in medium to long range, not even really long range, but medium range battles. And so for most encounters, you can go ahead and use your automatic rifle. The one thing that they said about the auto rifle is that it was very stable. So that was the number one thing we looked for, a stable auto rifle. So that was number one. Number two is something called the Badger. Now the Badger is actually a very fast firing auto pistol that is kind of doing like shotgun like damage. So we said, okay, we either do a rapid fire shotgun or we're going to do a burst sidearm. But the big thing is that it used electricity. So we knew we were going to use an arc sidearm or an arc shotgun. It had to be rapid fire because it was pretty fast and it wasn't as strong as like an aggressive shotgun. And then we saw the last part of the weapons, and that was the Bloodhound rockets. Now, there's nothing like the Bloodhound rockets in Destiny 2. The Bloodhound rockets would come out of your shoulder, and while you were shooting your gun, it would fire on its own. It would lock onto the enemy, and it would fire on its own. That does not exist in Destiny 2. So originally, we decided to say, well, this is very similar to the Warcliffe coil, but even then, it was still like, well, it shot barrages of multiple, rockets, and so, well, you'll see what we came up with. So auto rifle, either a arc sidearm or an arc shotgun, and definitely a rocket launcher. Definitely had to have tracking on it. When it came to the actual armor itself, there really wasn't anything there. There did, the Enforcer had a distortion field ability, which basically allowed you to sprint really fast. It allowed you to increase all of your movement, so it allowed you to increase your reload speed and things like that. We decided to just make sure that our mobility was really high on our character, and we also gave our Titan the Dune Marcher's exotic. So that allowed us to to, you know, move faster, slide into places faster, and just give us a little bit of a mobility bump as well. Yes, it also gave us that like lightning, you know, ability on a punch, but we kind of ignored that. It was more about just being able to get in and out of, you know, locations quickly. And the last part that was really important to us was the grenade, the electromagnetic grenade. Now, originally we said, okay, electromagnetic grenade has to be on the art class, but then we realized that the electromagnetic grenade actually disorients enemies, and it actually stops them from using their abilities. Now, of course, there is the flashbang, which disorients the you know, the enemies, but it doesn't stop them from attacking, and that is what the suppressor grenade does on the Sentinel shield. So that's what we did. We went with the Sentinel Titan, and we went with Top Tree for two reasons. One, because of the suppressor grenade, which you can get on any of the trees, and again, the suppressor grenade actually suppresses the enemy, and it stops whatever ability they're using, including their super. So that was definitely something we had to do. And then Top Tree also gives us defensive strike, and so when we get a melee off, we actually do get Turn the Tide, which increases our reload speed. So that's kind of what the idea was there, is being able to get that increased reload speed, as well as getting the suppressor grenade. So this is the entire build, guys. This is actually what we came up with. Again, shout out to a lot of the folks that were in the chat, especially like Mexican Synth, another member of the clan. He actually helped with this build as well. We decided to go with the Monte Carlo auto rifle, not because it's, you know, got an awesome perk that gives you your melee back, or because it gives you additional damage on every kill, but mostly because of its stability. If you look at that stability, it is super high. It's almost 80% of the entire bar, and so it's one of the most stable auto rifles in the game. The range is okay. We definitely had some range drop-off issues. At its like best range, we're talking about 26 damage on crit, which means, you know, we're talking about, you know, only a couple shots that need to be made comparatively to 16 damage drop-off. So that was kind of rough there. But the Monte Carlo overall, its stability was definitely there. It took me a while to get used to it in the first match, but once I started getting the, you know, used to its kind of recoil pattern and stuff like that, the stability really shined through. So Monte Carlo was definitely the primary weapon that we were using. Now, we decided to actually go with the Last Hope for our secondary weapon. Now, it is a primary weapon, which a lot of people are probably like, hey, that's not meta, why are you using that? And that was definitely one of the things we wanted to do, is make sure we stuck with a meta build. But sidearms are definitely meta, and they can shut down shotguns. So even though it is a double primary build, being able to have two different primaries for two completely different reasons that are meta really does work. The auto rifle for mid to kind of long range battles, and definitely the Last Hope for when people get close up into your face. It really did work. Now, my Last Hope has quick draw and tap the trigger. I like quick draw because it allowed us to just quickly swap to that sidearm when someone was getting into our face, just like the Badger does within Lawbreakers. And tap the trigger just allows me to be more consistent every single time I fire off that weapon. So I really did like the Last Hope. Now, we did have the Basilisk shotgun as well, but the Basilisk, I don't know, it just felt a little unfair that we might actually be able to get a one hit on somebody. Even though it is a rapid fire, you technically can get a one shot, and it just didn't feel fair. So we stuck with the Last Hope, and it really did shine throughout the build. And then the last thing was the Most Epic 3, and this was a really good rocket launcher, and the reason being is actually because it has high velocity, very, very high velocity. It has tracking module, which we said we definitely needed, and it also had cluster bomb on it. And so even though it wasn't shooting 3 rockets at once, that cluster bomb kind of made up for the amount of damage you could possibly get. So even if you whiff your shot and you miss, if it hit anywhere in the vicinity, just like the Bloodhound rockets, you actually would get a little bit of splash damage, and you can clean it up with your auto rifle. So that's the build, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking at the build. Let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you online, and of course, I'll catch you in the next one.
That I'm gonna, I'm pretty, you know, I'm a pretty good shot with this gun. So something tells me that with under pressure, it's just going to get more, you know, that stability buff is going to make up the difference, and it's going to feel like a high stability weapon. I don't know if with under pressure, if it will equal or outmatch the natural stability of Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
but
I understand what you're saying. I don't, under pressure, I don't know how fast under pressure procs. So I mean, I think Ghost Primus is a great weapon, but the only reason I don't love it, I think it's a good weapon. The only reason I don't like its perks is because you have to win the engagement late, right? Like I want perks that reward me for winning my engagement quickly, right? So it's basically saying at the end of your engagement you get a buff there. And it's like, well, what if I don't have time to reach the end of my engagement, right? That's what I don't like about it.
Gotcha. You'd rather front load the buff than to have to rely on back end.
Yeah, like I'd much rather use tap the trigger. Like, you know, in the beginning of my engagement, basically, I'm getting a buff. Like, the beginning of the engagement, I'm going to make the engagement work out better, comparatively to waiting until the engagement's about to end. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ooh, trade. Okay, well, I'm doing much better. So, I think I'm going to keep this. What's that damage multiplier on headshot? It's different per weapon. Let's check. I don't know what it is on an auto rifle. I mean, I know what the damage numbers are, but I don't know what the multiplier actually is, like the number of the multiplier. Let's look. Also, you might be seeing different numbers because this weapon gets more damage for each kill, so that's a big part of it too. But we can check the DPS. We'll take a look at what the body numbers are, and then the headshot numbers. So the body, we're seeing 16s. 16s. That was pretty up close, so that's probably the right damage. And let's see if we can get headshot numbers. I'm going to back out. Actually, I'm going to swap. Saw the 20s there. Let's see, headshot number is 26, so 10 more. 10 more on that, so I don't know what the multiplier is. 1.5 or something? Not 1.5, sorry. Not 1.5. What is that, 0.75 or something? I don't know. Somebody do the math. Behind Okay, I think I just needed an easier... Someone is right behind me. I think I just needed an easier match with my Monty to get me started, because now I'm not really missing that much. Like, now I'm kind of popping off. Alright, now we're going to push in here. Oh, man, that guy ran. And then I strafed on you. Oh, that man has a sniper. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was getting pushed from both sides. I couldn't do anything. That was it. I just died. That was rough. Stop trying to inflate your damage numbers. Alright, let's stick together. I'm coming to you, Phoenix. Pistol is sweet. Yeah, the pistol's nice, bro. The pistol's... So right now, sidearms is what they're called. Sidearms are very good in Destiny 2 right now. They feel very, balanced, I think. Like, they feel like they are where they're supposed to be. But they are very good. Let's see.
Heavy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because that was just heavy. Oh, got him. Don't worry, I have that.
Oh! Dang. Double super. That was a waste.
Does he still have it?
Yep.
Alright, I'm just going to cycle around. I'm actually just going to go push C. Oh, yeah, you get those headshots? Yes. I think maybe it's just the sight I'm struggling with. Okay, behind me. He's going to push. Nope, he's inside the building. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, he got me. Those headshot melt. Oh, yeah, those headshots melt him. Yeah, Destiny's a very skill-based game. Like, if you, it, like, highly rewards skill. You know, not every game's like that. Just shut down a super like that. Yeah, it highly rewards skill. Like, if you're just like a auto rifle user that's just shooting body shots, your TTK is going to be really low. If you're like a hand cannon user, you can 3-tap enemies. So like in 3 shots, you're going to kill an enemy. Where the body, what is it, like 6 or 7 shots to a body?
For what?
For a hand cannon.
For what
Like
hand cannon
150.
Well, 4.
To the body?
4 to 5. 4 or 5.
It's definitely 5. Yeah, it's definitely got to be 5 then. Because I know it's a big difference.
Yeah, way big.
You can 3-tap and it feels like lightning fast, and then all of a sudden you're shooting in the body like 80 times. You're like, why won't you die?
Yeah.
Drugan, one of the things I was talking about with the support stuff is like, watch this. So I'm with Phoenix right now, right? I'm about to die. Well, sorry, he's about to die. And then I just cleaned it. So a lot of the time, if I'm running with somebody, let's see. So I'm with Phoenix right now. Phoenix is gonna push up. What are you? Yeah. I'm not even gonna like aim down sight. Like, I'm just gonna spray. I'm just gonna lower the TTK, right? The amount of time it's gonna take to kill. Well, we just got killed by a grenade launcher there. He had heavy. Oh, we did the same mistake again. Heavy.
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot too, so that's a lot.
Being aggressive for engagements, like, it's easy to forget that there's a sub-objective that we should really be focusing on.
I think for me, I'm just talking. Sorry. Yeah, Drugan, it's one of those things where, like, you know, if you're gonna play supportive, like, it just means you have to roll with somebody, right? So I actually do that a lot with, like, Bullet. Like, Bullet has much better aim than I do. So, like, sometimes I'll just follow Bullet and I'll just try and clean up kills or just, like, shorten some of the engagements he might have. Oh, that is... Oh, he's dead. I don't even know how he died. Oh,
he died
you're
from my
aftershock.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a guy pushing you right now. He's down.
Yeah, he's dead.
So I'll support. This is how you would support, right? Like, there's an objective. We're playing, you know, capture the objective, capture the point, whatever you want to call it. It's called control in here. So I'm going to focus on capturing objectives. Bullet's going to go to those objectives, but if he wants to slay out, he can. And I can just help him clean up some of these engagements or lower the health on enemies before he really engages, right? That's the best way to be helpful here. Behind you, Bullet. Oh, I got him. Oh, swap. Got him. Nice.
You're evenly matched.
Bubble. Because they're pushing us. That's one down. Another guy pushing up. He's down.
Other guy's pushing.
He's down.
Down.
Dude, we're crushing.
Somebody's pushing. He's down.
Nice. You want to get B? Triple cap? Oh, they just took it. You want to push B fast?
They come in the C kind of hard, so.
Alright, we can wait here. Clean these up and then go B. One more over here. What the heck? Oh, there he is. Then right here. Nope.
And they just coming to us, and then they're not stopping.
Yeah, the issue is we need to grab a point because we're not making as many points.
I'm gonna see if I can flank it on the A.
Yeah, I've got to. I'm pushing B. I'm gonna try.
Looks like they're spawning and crossing over from A.
Pushing B as well.
All right, cool.
Yep, about to get surrounded.
One's at bridge. Oh, they left. All right, we should be good. We can head back to B. We can go head back to C.
There's one person on
Yeah, let's
A.
go back to C.
Zone B. You have zone advantage.
Taking bullet blaster, booster, whatever you want to call it.
Zone C lost.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That was beautiful. All right, we'll take C. Because if we can hold 2 points, we're gonna win. Because we're messing these guys up. Now you're popping off. Yeah. See, I'm doing my best out here. A lot of people coming down bridge. I'm just gonna back up. Come to bridge whenever you get a chance. Oh, way more coming to bridge. I'm still backing out. Trying to make this guy waste his ammo. Killed one. I killed one. There's one in the back. One's pushing you. Yeah.
Down.
I'm gonna grab A. Phoenix, I'm coming with you. Or never mind, you're going the opposite direction. I'm going A.
Oh no, I was just backing up.
Okay. There's at least one guy there. We're going in.
Yep,
close
moving by.
range.
Them out.
Nice. Is that you? Oh no.
No.
I was like, what? Are you playing Warlock?
Yep. No, my Titan's stand off.
Let's push B. One guy here.
Yep, I can swing in. Two of them, there's just one
please
up.
God. You're garbage! Oh, I'm garbage! Oh, I got
No,
you!
you're not. I got you
Oh,
back.
thank you. You got him. I was like, no enemies at B as far as I can see.
Alright, I heard a golden gun go off.
So
Be
close.
careful.
If you have supers, make sure you use them because this is.
I'm putting bubble up on here.
Thank God. I have
I
bubble
took
now, too.
the,
Captured zone B.
I'm pushing this guy.
down.
He's down.
This is the most defended
Let's
point
push
in
C.
the
Let's
world.
push C. Let's push C. Go, 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 go. We have like 10 seconds. Ow. Oh, no. I missed the thing. That's so embarrassing. Oh, no! I'm so upset. Dude, 4 points? All I can say is it wasn't us.
Most definitely was not us.
Bro. That was so good. We did so good, Drugan. I tried my best, man. It was close. It was close.
Look at him! Look at
that.
him!
You see that? Dude. Drugan, you see this? Look at this. There's bullet trade. 37 kills. Look at that. This is opponents defeated, right? So,
Yeah.
37 kills. Next. 35. That's me. Hold up. We're not even going into the next one. We're not even going into the next one until I look at this and cry for a second.